Jono Baruch from Icon Park. Hello.
Yes, from my car outside a very sticky Icon Park morning. Geez, those guys that ran around this morning, but important morning. Great hit out, good session. KC Demons ended up running away with it in the end in the totality, just piled on in the third quarter, but decent hit out for a few of the blue boys. And I know it's not a blue boy, but Clayton Oliver had a bit to say today as well, which bodes well for him moving forward into the season.
Okay. That's good to hear for Clary. I'm happy for him. I truly am. But I think those who'll be watching this will want to know about a few select players from the Carlton side of things. So, yeah, maybe just share with us your total observations from the Carlton side, those senior guys that we've had question marks over.
Yeah, there were a few of them out there. So Cowan, Williams, Matt Kennedy, Jack Carroll, Jackson Binns only played in the first half. He's been named in the squad for the AFL game later tonight. Lemmy played, Rob Monaghan played, so did Durden Hudson, O'Keefe, Domaquay, and Ashton Moir. Moir, there you go. So splattering of senior guys. They all had moments. The big story that everyone wants to hear about is Zac Williams, who got through very, very nicely. Won a lot of the ball early, and the burst was there. Everything you expect from Zac Williams was really there. So the burst, the drive, the trying to put speed on the ball and get it out of defence and get the ball moving into the Carlton attacking half of the ground. So that was all there, which was really good. The ball kind of dried up for him as the game wore on, particularly that third quarter in particular. It was just going over his head as Melbourne kicked, as Casey kicked some goals. So really dried up for him, but he got through it. From what it seems, we'll wait to hear from the club just if he pulls it up okay, which he looked very good. It was really nice. His wife and daughter were there watching in the stands today, watching him come back, which was really, really nice. A nice touch, a great family affair, and great moment for him as well. It's been a long time since he's been out there. So for him to get a game under his belt and put himself in the conversation now that he's had a run to be there next week against Brisbane.
Yeah, fair. So a chunk of them didn't play in that second half. Do you think that had something to do with the result?
Yeah, it could all just be load management. So Jackson Binns was named in both squads. He played the first half today, and who knows, he might pop up for a little bit of a run later tonight in the main game when the AFL sides play on. Matthew Kennedy was on managed minutes. He was mainly playing midfield as well, drifted forward a bit, kicked a goal. Was odds on to kick another goal, but decided to hand it off to Rob Monaghan, who unfortunately missed, but he kicked a beautiful goal in that second quarter. Wait for the highlight of this one to come up. Tucked up on the boundary and kicks it around his body, and it just sails through on the legend stand end. It was a brilliant kick. So wait for that when it comes out via the Carlton channels. And I suppose the other one of real note was Ashton Moir. We saw him last week kick 2 goals against the Cats in the match simulation. So it was sort of floating between a half forward and deep forward, and then he was thrown into the centre bounce. So really developing that side of his game. He can kick on both sides of his feet, a little bit wayward and a little bit to work on there, but it's just showing that he's a really well-rounded player and that can move him around the ground. He's got that size and presence about him for a young kid, which you really look for and go like, geez, well, he can grow and develop into something there. So there were a couple of things. Among the key defenders, Sam Durden at his first run had some really, really good moments. Domaquay's put on a lot of size. He really stood out in the defence. He's put on a lot of size. There's still a little bit to go there with a few other aspects of his game, but he's starting to look a bit more like he's a athlete in an AFL AFL players starting to get in that body shape, and that's sort of it. Jack Carroll did some really nice things. Started in the middle of the ground. We spoke about him a couple of weeks ago, Tez, saying that it's his midfield now, and it looks like he needs to keep working on that. There will be opportunities that come up throughout the year when injuries happen, but he's got this opportunity now in his midfield.
Does it look like it's his midfield per se? I know we spoke about it last year with, Dow was there and you had a few other senior guys there throughout the year. I think Ed Kerno probably rotated through there a bit when he didn't play in the ones. Does it look like Jack Carroll's taking a more advanced role, we'll call it?
Well, he was there in nearly every centre bounce today,
Yeah.
and I know that you can't really take much from a scratch match, and there were some Carlton VFL players listed that were unavailable. Just looking through our notes, Ramshaw started a bit through there. Tom Phillips, the ex-Collingwood and Hawthorn winger, even got a run through. As I said, Moir came in a little bit and took a few centre bounces, but really it was Carroll and Kennedy in the centre bounce, and they're going up against one of the best midfielders in the AFL in Clayton Oliver. So they did well to hold their own there, and will be some easier and tougher oppositions as the year goes on. So it looks as if he's going to do it. Like, you watch Carroll play, he's got the time, he's got the poise. It still is kicking that lets him down a little bit, but is certainly able to find the ball enough, which is what you want from your inside midfielder.
Yeah. No, that's good. Good to hear about Kennedy as well. I mean, I know a lot of us are, asking about Zac Williams and showing interest there, but the younger guys also very important parts of the group, and Matt Kennedy as well. I think that's another player that a few of us were surprised that we didn't see him last week because he wasn't on the injury report, but seems like he had a nice hit out, staking his claim for next week.
Yeah, he had a great hit out. It wasn't on the injury report. It was just a load management. So Matt Kennedy was among the group last week who did a training session before the game. So this was kind of his match play game, but looks like he's gotten a full game in today and really pressed his claims to be their opening round. I think they might be conservative in building him up for a bit more match play. It all really depends on how Sam Walsh pulls up, which from everything we're hearing, and it sounds like he might not make opening round, but it's certainly not as bad as I think everyone would have feared when they hear Sam Walsh and the word back injury in the same sentence. So that's looking promising. It's okay. Like, it looks relatively healthy, like a decent hit out today, get the miles in the leg. As I've said, like, I'm sweating at the moment. Really tough conditions, and they're going to be tougher tonight. So I don't know how much you'll be able to take out from that. But it was good. Just another interesting point before we go, Terry. Harry Lemmy. So we've seen him a lot play in the forward half, but at the start of the fourth quarter, he was swung back. I was playing deep defence as well. So that's something that we might see this year, and played a little bit of the ruck as well. So they're really trying to develop his game in all parts.
I like it. Jono, I really appreciate your time. I'm sure everyone watching this will get value from it. And some of us are going to head to Icon Park later tonight. You can enjoy the air-conditioned car for now, and we'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon, mate. Thanks for having me.